Hello everybody, in this next video, video 3, we're going to finish talking about one more thing about the dock, which is the search feature called Spotlight. Then we're going to talk about the dock at the bottom of the screen, about how we manage our apps. And finally, we're going to look at how we can tidy up our desktop by sorting out these files that I have placed messily in the background here. Okay, searching. So we see at the top of the screen here, we've got all of our status menus and some tools. And one of the tools is for searching called Spotlight. Now you can click on that Spotlight button, or you can get good at using a keyboard shortcut. I clicked on the background then again, it hid everything. I would say using the keyboard shortcut is really super useful because it saves you reaching for that corner. And I find that we're always searching for things. We're so used to searching things on Google, and actually we also are searching a lot for things on our Mac. So if you want to know the keyboard shortcut for searching on your Mac, it is Command and Space. So most shortcuts use the Command key, which is next to the space bar. So just pressing those buttons together, holding Command and then Space will bring up your Spotlight search. And the Spotlight search searches everything in your Mac. So it searches for apps, for documents, for photos, for calendar appointments, for contacts. It can search the dictionary. It can do maths equations. It is so good as a calculator. And we're going to do that as well. And then it will also be able to look things up on the web for you as well if you needed it to. So let's go through some examples. Let's say I remember that somewhere I've got a New York City subway map. So I'm just going to type in the word subway, and it has found it. Just needs to give it a bit longer. Here we go. It's found subway diagram. Happy days. And it tells me it's in the downloads folder. I don't care where it is. I'm just going to click on it, and then hey presto, it's going to open the file. Boom. If I did want to know where it is, for pretty much any app you've got open, it's going to show the file name at the top. This is the same for Word, for PowerPoint, for Pages and Keynote and everything. If you just right click on the file name, then it kind of shows you the breadcrumb trail on how to get there. So this is in my user folder, demo downloads. And I can click on that as well, and it will just jump to that folder on the computer. Close, close. Right, let's keep searching. Command Space. This time I'm going to search for maybe a contact that I've got in my contact list called Mary. So I just start typing in Mary. Boom, there she is. And I give that a click. It'll actually show her contact file from my address book. So that could be useful. Delete. Let's keep going. So I've got calendar appointments. So I've got a barbecue calendar appointment. There we go. Let's found that. Friday the 21st. You'll see that it's also found web searches as well. These little Safari icons if I wanted to search the web, but it will prioritize what it finds on your computer first. As I was saying, it can also be used as a calculator. So I could just, if I'm in the middle of something, say I'm like on the web or I'm working and I've got to do some sort of calculation, press Command Space, put in a calculation, 76, add 90, there you go, 166. It uses the same notation as Excel, so 2000 divided by 9. So divide as slash, star is to multiply. Really useful as an on-the-fly calculator. Command Space, put in your calculation, all sorted. The other way that you could search your Mac is using Siri. And you may have a Siri icon up here in the menu bar as well. If you don't, you can add Siri in system settings. Have a go if you want. If you want me to make a video on how to use Siri, then we could always follow that up with something else, with another video. Right, let's move on to the dock. So the dock at the bottom of the screen is all of your favorite apps. That's the first set of apps down here. Then there's a dividing line to your last used apps that aren't your favorites, and then your favorite locations. Now, what I would suggest is look through your dock, and if there are apps that you don't use very often, then take them out, because there's no point in those apps taking up real estate on your screen all the time if you're not using them all the time. So I might not watch anything on Apple TV. So I'm just going to click, lift it up and let go. And it's gone. It's not deleted from the computer. All we've done is delete a link to it. It still exists in its original location. And we can see that because if we go to the apps launcher down here, we would see that in this list, we still have Apple TV. And I could promote it back to the dock if I wanted to by just dragging it back onto the dock like so. So lift apps up that you don't want, remove the link and drag them back in from the app launcher if you want to add them back. If there's an app that you've used that wasn't one of your favorite apps, and it will just appear here. So I've been using these apps recently, so that's why they appear here. And then to the right of that are your favorite locations. So at the moment I've just got my downloads, so it fans out the latest items that I downloaded. But if I was browsing my computer, I could drag any folder to that part of the dock so that I could have easy access to that as well. And to do that, I would go to Finder, because Finder is where I browse my computer. I'm going to go to my Documents folder. I've got a folder here called 2025. I could just click and drag that folder, and it won't work dragging it anywhere. It has to be to that last section on the right hand side near the bin. Don't accidentally put it in the bin, put it just to the side of it. And you'll see that 2025 folder is still here in the documents, but it's now there on the dock as well for easy access. I can click and it will fan out what's inside. So that is the dock. You can change the size of the dock by going to any of these vertical lines. You can drag up and down to change the size. Woohoo! There's an auto hide feature. If you right click on that vertical line, there's something called turn hiding on. And that means it will hide unless my mouse is on the bottom section of the screen. Turn hiding off. And that's all there is to it. That's the dock. There were some other options there as well. Some very freaky people like having the dock on the left of the screen, like my wife. I don't know why she does that. Should have asked her. And I'll put it back at the bottom. There's a few extra options if you want to play with it. Okay, I said I would wrap up this video by looking at organizing my desktop. So as you download files or you're working on lots of documents, sometimes our desktop can get messy. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 7 items here on my desktop. And there are some ways how we can tidy this up. Oh my gosh, I keep clicking on the background. I'm so sorry. We can tidy up the desktop quite easily. And as long as you click on the desktop very lightly, then it needs to say Finder at the top. Finder means that you're using the app that's just either showing your desktop or allowing you to navigate your computer. And we're going to use the View menu. And there are some things to tidy up. The first thing we can do is sort by name. And that will just tidy them up so they're nicely in alphabetical order stacked up here. That's quite nice. I can still drag them around and then they're untidy again. Oh no, they're not untidy. Haha, that's because they are sorted and they are forever sorted. If I change it to none, that's when they can be anywhere. That makes me feel uncomfortable. The other option is a grid. A grid means that they can still be wherever they like, but they're at least a bit more, they line up into columns and into rows. But my favourite one is stacks. And what stacks does is it groups together the documents based on their type. So it's now put all the images together in a stack, all the PowerPoints together in a stack. And when I click on those stacks, it just opens and closes those stacks. So I've now only got 3 icons, but if I click on images, they open up. Click on presentations, they open up. Click on screenshots, they open up. But you can really easily keep a very messy desktop more organized by just turning on stacks. It's really, really cool. Okay, so that's the end of that video. We have covered all of the sort of just getting around the desktop part. In the next video, we are going, which is the final video in this series, is we're going to be looking at how to keep your files organized in Finder.